Hi guys, a very good morning. Mamuka say, Mamuka say, Mamuka say. Maskat. Hey, very good afternoon. Team Zimbabwe, Masquera say, Masquera say, Masquera say. So I'm back so that you can talk as usual. So let us take a look on what Professor Jonathan Moyo had to say, because President Mnangagwa was in Rwanda and he visited a 1994 genocide memorial there in Rwanda. So there was a war between the Tutsis and the Hutus, and there was a genocide which happened. And soon after the genocide, a memorial was actually built to actually recognize the people who died during that period. So President Mnangagwa, during his visit to Rwanda, he had to visit the memorial and park, and he issued a statement, because when you visit there, you have to write in a visitor's book. And as you can see right here on the screen, this is what President Emerson Mnangagwa wrote. So let me try to enlarge it so that you can be able to see it closely. So this is what President Emerson Mnangagwa wrote. I don't know if it will be able to be enlarged quite. Okay, so I hope you can actually see the letter. This is what President Mnangagwa wrote in the visitor's book. And he said, this day is the most sad and dark. Okay, I'm far. Let me try to be closer to this so that I will be able to read right. This day is the most sad and dark experience of my entire life, where I have been opposed to the most cruel practice carried out by our own people against another section of the community. I pray that this sad and dark period of the history of this country uh, should never and allowed to happen again, not only in this country, but in our continent, Africa, and the human race. I congratulate my dear brother, President Paul Kagame, for fostering peace and harmony. May his legacy be carried forward by the next generation, said history, never to repeat, never to happen again. His Excellency E.D. Mnangagwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, and it has been signed, as you can see right here on the bottom, the signature of the president. So taking a look on this, you can actually see that this is what President Mnangagwa is saying in regard to the genocide which happened in Rwanda. However, back home in Zimbabwe, there are questions about Gukurahundi, which happened when he was the Central Intelligence Organization Minister, or he was the Minister of State during that period of in time. And he's being accused of actually being the henchman, or being the man behind the Gukurahundi massacres. These are the accusations. And up to this day, we have not seen the Gukurahundi issue being resolved. We hoped to see, when he got into power, we hoped to see this issue being resolved with agency. We hoped to see it being resolved quickly. But years later, after his rise to power, we have not seen any action from the government of Zimbabwe, especially to make sure that this issue was amicably resolved, to make sure that there is closure for the people of Matabeleland, to make sure that there are reburials of the victims of Gukurahundi, to make sure that there is documentation of every victim of Gukurahundi. We have not seen such things happening. So this is something which is raising questions to the people of Zimbabwe, to say, why is it that you are not spearheading to resolve your own issues in your own country? That is the reason why Jonathan Moyo say itamushe at Idi Mnangagwa, at least the victims of the Rwanda genocide, which came well after Gukurahundi got the peace they deserved from the truth and justice. If you are sincere about what you wrote in Kigali, justice must be done to give similar peace to the victims of Gukurahundi. And on this one, I agree with President Emerson Mnangagwa, because he needs to actually work and make sure that this issue is resolved. This is not an issue which should be politicized. This is an issue which must be treated with much urgency. This is an issue which must be resolved as soon as possible. Every person who loves Zimbabwe would want to see this issue of Gukurahundi being resolved with much agency and with much sincerity. That is our wish. That is what we wish to see. That is what we demand to actually see. President Mnangagwa is the president of the Republic of Zimbabwe. He has watched memorial plaques being removed from the Matabeleland region, something which is not so good, something which is not so proper. So it's embarrassing to see things like that happening. It's embarrassing to see the president actually failing to protect the people of Matabele. So according to the constitution of Zimbabwe, everyone, the Matabeleland people, Mashonaland people, the Shangani people, everyone who is recognized by the constitution is a citizen of Zimbabwe and is accorded equal rights. So there is no minority tribe or majority tribe. We are all Zimbabweans. So we are one people. We are just divided by different languages, but that must not be the case. In a normal Zimbabwe, we were supposed to be knowing Ndebele. We were supposed to be knowing everyone. We were supposed to be knowing Ndebele, Shangani, all languages. We were supposed to be known within the borders of Zimbabwe. But because of the fake leadership we always have, they failed to actually unite the people and actually deal with the issue of tribes. So we continue to see other tribes being marginalized, and we continue to see other Ndebele people, Shangani people being marginalized. Look at what is happening in Chilonga. That is pure marginalization of the Shangani people. That is pure madness which is happening there. That is the same which happened in Matabeleland. And up to this day, we have not seen a resolution being put in place to make sure that all those cases are resolved. But we see President Mnangagwa writing something which is sensible, while least in Rwanda, but back home, his system is actually failing, which means these people, they know what to do, but they just don't want. It's a matter of being arrogant. It's a matter of being not willing to actually do what they're supposed to do. And so what baffles me is how can somebody be so heartless? So, being evil is easy because when you are evil, you know how to do good, but you just willingly ignore doing good. So at a certain point in time, you end up pretending to be good, but knowing fully well that you are not good at all. So this is the situation we have in the nation of Zimbabwe. We hope to see the leadership of Zimbabwe, the government of Zimbabwe, actually working on this issue to make sure that they resolve these issues, because they can't continue as they are. The issue of genocide is a serious issue. We can't continue to have it in the nation of Zimbabwe. We can't continue to have conflicts based on Gukurahundi. We need them to be resolved. We need peace and harmony to be there. I need to be comfortable when I am in Matabeleland. I must feel comfortable. The Matabele people should feel comfortable being around Shona people. We must feel comfortable even to marry each other without any problems. So it begins with the leadership actually understanding what needs to be done. So this is it in Zimbabwe. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for the support. And I'm hoping and I'm praying that the government of Zimbabwe will do what is necessary and what is supposed to be done to make sure that they deal with this issue, they resolve this issue once and for all. If there is need for compensation, they compensate, because I want to tell you this. There are people who failed to get jobs, who failed to get education, who failed to be where they are supposed to be because they had no documents. And the government is doing nothing to make sure that those people are covered, to make sure that those people are compensated. Because if I failed to go to school because I had no ID, if I failed to go to school because or to get a job because I had no ID, the government should be responsible for that. And the government must make sure that they cater for my survival. They must make sure that they cater for the survival of my family, for the upkeep of my family, because it's not my fault. So we need to see all those things being resolved in such a way. So this is it in Zimbabwe. I love you all. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for the support. I really, really appreciate it. Keep on subscribing, following, liking, commenting, and also sharing. So let us meet in other episodes and other programs as we progress.